Hi everybody, time for another review. This time I'm going to be reviewing Fanboys. Finally, I know it's been a long time in the works, but it is here. But before I do that, let me just say thank you to everybody who's had a chance to watch the Transformers review and rate it and post comments. I've been blown away by the feedback, and I love being called a prick and gay and stuff like that online. It makes my life worth living, especially when you've got great facts to back it up with comments like, you don't need a plot to make a movie. Guess what? Fanboys proves you wrong on this one, because it has a fantastic little plot. 4 friends decide to go on one last road trip to break into George Lucas's Skywalker Ranch to steal an advanced print of Phantom Menace because one of their mates is dying of cancer. Sounds like a bit of a downer, but it's actually held up really, really well. The story works on so many levels. If you haven't seen Star Wars, you'll still enjoy it, and I can attest to this by the simple fact that we had a screening of it here last week, and there was at least one person in the audience who was not a Star Wars person, didn't like it, wasn't a huge fan, but still appreciated what it had done for popular culture, and she loved it. And then there were people in the audience who loved Star Wars, who grew up with it, who knew it brilliantly inside and out, and they loved it as well. The jokes are universal and they're brilliantly funny. There's some great cameos in there. Seth Rogen, William Shatner, a whole bunch of people that you wouldn't expect to see. A whole bunch of people from the Star Wars universe actually. Carrie Fisher and Billy D. Williams and the guy that played Darth Maul, whose name for some reason escapes me. Ray Park, that's the one. He's in there as well. There's also some other great cameos from other actors that you'll sit there going, Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes, brilliant little cameo in there as well from them. It's not a film about cameos though, it is a story about 4 friends, and the friendship works really well. You can actually see these people having been mates. And they go across country from Ohio to California to break into Skywalker Ranch to steal the film. It seems like a simple plot, and in the middle it does feel like it's been stretched out a little bit, but there are such great moments all around it that you don't really notice it until the end, and you sit there going, yeah. The acting is fantastic from everybody, and I sadly don't have the names written down in front of me of the people who are in it, but they were brilliant and they should have been proud of the film that they made here. Same with the director. The biggest crime in relation to this film is the fact that it was so hard to actually find it. It's just come out on DVD in the States. It never had a release here in New Zealand. I believe it didn't have a release anywhere outside of America. It had its release date changed several times. There were a lot of issues with actually getting this film to the public, which is a pity because it is well worth the view. Now I'm going to give this a whole 4 stars. The reason it's not getting 5 is because of that pacing thing in the middle, but I thoroughly recommend that you go and see this film. It's enjoyable on every level, has great plot and character development. It doesn't need flashy special effects to try and tell a story because the story works really well because of the characters involved. You will sit there and you will laugh, and I wouldn't be surprised if a little bit towards the end you shed a bit of a tear. The final scenes are fantastic, and I must admit, being a person who was there at the midnight screenings in '98 when this film came out, like when Star Wars came out, they've really nailed that feeling. So I thoroughly recommend, if you want to relive the 90s, late 90s, early 90s was kind of scary, but late 90s was fun, have a look at this film. Sit down and watch it. Think about it. Think about what you went through at that time frame. Think about your first experience of Star Wars, or even what you thought of when you thought, oh, Phantom Menace is coming out. You will enjoy it. You'll enjoy the film. Guarantee it. Oh well, next time I'm going to do a review, I'm thinking My Name is Bruce. Quite possibly be the next one that I review, simply because it's Bruce Campbell, and let's face it, the guy is awesome. He's awesome personified. Other than that, here is a trailer for Fanboys. I hope you enjoy, and I hope you do everything you can to go and buy the movie. Don't download it, buy it, so that the filmmakers know that what they've done is fantastic. And Weinstein know that what they've done was pretty much being a douchebag. Alright guys, I will catch you later. See ya!
These are the most secure buildings on Earth. The White House, the Pentagon, the Kremlin, and George Lucas's Skywalker Ranch.
It started as the ultimate heist.
Linus laid the whole thing out in 5th grade.
What's your game plan?
We storm the ranch or we die trying.
This is a suicide mission.
It will become the ultimate road trip.
Strap in, fellas. Star Wars!
It may be crazy.
Yeah!
It may be dangerous.
Bam, 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 go! Gary Knowles. Which one of you's Windows? I'm Windows. Nice to meet you.
Harry knows the kicking window thing.
But if you make the right connections...
It's all there. Maps, passcodes.
How did you score all this stuff?
Are you kidding? I'm William Shatner. I can score anything.
The possibilities.
You want to take your shirt off?
As you wish.
Warm.
Much private convo.
Dude, get out of here. It's not a good time. The force is strong with me here.
Are endless.
Somebody tell me what the damn red button's for.
It's light speed, kid.
Light speed. Yeah. Punch it!
Featuring Princess Leia, Lando Calrissian, Darth Maul, Shooter McGavin, the warehouse guy from The Office, the guy from Tropic Thunder, Jay, the guy from Die Hard 4, the hot chick from Sin City, and Captain James T. Kirk.
Friend of yours?
Fanboys.
Come on! Quick, into the garbage chute!
I have a bad feeling about this. You guys don't think that we are in George Lucas's trash room?
The walls are not going to close in on us.